Lindsey Williams, it is a great honor to have you back on with us, and we appreciate you spending time with us today.
Thank you, Alex, so much for letting me be with you today for an update. You know, even though I lived with the elite of the world for 3 years' time, I still sit back utterly dumbfounded and amazed how these people have the power to do exactly what they're going to do, say they're going to do, and do it meticulously, exactly like they said they were going to.
And, you know, Missouri is the show-me state, or put up and shut up. Everything you've told us over the years has all turned out exactly as you said, because you wrote a book 20-something years ago. You worked with these people. You still know them. Just like we can infiltrate Bilderberg and find out exactly what's going to happen, because the globalists rule, and they are bringing us into a worldwide depression. Recap what he told you, then let's get into why would Soros come out and admit everything you said.
Well, approximately 7 months ago, I had a phone call. The phone call was for the purpose of telling me, you've said too much, either be quiet or we're going to take action. And the action that they gave me and the choice they gave me wasn't too pleasant. So I agreed with what he said, pulled my website, withdrew my DVD, changed everything around, but that's not the important part. The important part was after that. I had not seen this man for 25 years. I know who he is. He's 82 years of age now. He knows everything that the elite are doing and everything that goes on behind closed doors. So I decided to be friendly. I asked him, how your family, how you been doing, where have you been living? He really, I was amazed how kind and nice he became all of a sudden. And for the next 45 minutes time, he told me everything that the elite plan to do on the face of the earth over the next year to a year and a half. And at that time, crude oil was $147 a barrel, and nobody would have ever, in the foggiest imagination, would have guessed that it was going to $50 a barrel, or definitely not to $33 a barrel, which has been its low. He said crude oil is going to $50 a barrel. I was dumbfounded. Immediately I asked him, I said, why are you doing this? He was as bold as the day was long. And there again, Alex, nobody would have guessed that the OPEC oil-producing countries of the world would have ever gone bankrupt. I mean, this was unthinkable, but it has. They are on the verge of bankruptcy right now, and they say that unless they can get crude oil back up to above $80 a barrel, that they're going to have major financial problems. They've stopped buying our T-bills, our Treasury bills. As a result, the dollar is in drastic trouble. The average American has not the slightest idea. Well, then he went on to say that the price of gasoline is going to $1.50 to $2 a gallon at the gas pump. But then he said it's going to stay there, and I gathered a year to a year and a half to keep it there in order to accomplish what they wanted to accomplish. Now, let me show you. I'm going to begin, if I may. I'll make this update as fast as I can because we've only got 45 minutes, so forgive me if I talk fast. But there's so much happened since I was with you a week and a half ago, Alex, until I'm going to get in everything I can, and thank you so much for letting me be with you. And the last few moments, I'm going to give what's happening to the farmers of America. And if nothing else bothers you, this one's going to wake you up. So you better have your pencil and paper handy because here we go. First
all right, Lindsey Williams, we got a break. Come right back out. Give us all the latest info. Talk about why you believe Soros has gone public, admitting what you're saying at the public Bilderberg Group meeting, the Davos, Switzerland World Economic Forum. He's Pastor Lindsey Williams. This is Inside Bilderberg Group, New World Order level intelligence, directly laying out the future with 100% precision accuracy.
It's a sudden reversal of fortunes for the oil-producing countries. In the Gulf states, you have quite a few bubbles popping. You know, Dubai was one of probably the biggest real estate bubble in the world, and it's now bursting. However, it's not all bad news, because the major oil-producing countries have been the enemies of the prevailing world order: Venezuela, Iran, Russia. And it's not so easy to finance a Bolivarian revolution with $40 oil. So I think Venezuela is Chavez, probably his days are numbered. And in Iran, I think that he's not going to last a year. I may be wrong, but I mean, he's under considerable duress, and his influence is going to decline. In Iran, Ahmadinejad is up for elections in 2009, and unless he can provoke some incident, or I think that he's liable to also be defeated, and you may have a more reasonable regime with whom you can. Now, Russia is more troubling because there, you see, Putin has been using oil for a number of reasons to reestablish Russia's geopolitical influence, to enrich the rulers, to maintain themselves in power, and to bribe the rulers of the neighboring countries to gain control over their gas. But through the success, he was very popular, and
not so easy now.
Now, suddenly you have had a financial collapse, inflation, ruble falling, living standards falling, and there's a danger that he will be more adventurous, trying to have some foreign adventure, Ukraine, whatever, to divert attention.
I'm afraid we have to end it there. George Soros, I'd like to thank you very much. We didn't get to China, but we heard lots about Russia. That is George Soros.
Now remember, Lindsey Williams, months before they snuck attack Russian-controlled territory in Georgia, held since the early 90s, historically part of Russia, he said they're also going to start stuff with Russia. No one was even talking about that. That just came out of the clear blue one morning, but Lindsey was right. I played that Lindsey Williams because I wanted to, have you be able to comment before we get into the latest developments on why do you think the elite are now basically admitting everything that you were saying, but you said it before it was even announced or it even happened.
Well, Alex, you have to understand, I'm just an ordinary everyday guy that puts on my britches just like every other man every morning. But by the providence of God, numbers of years ago, I had the privilege of living with the elite of the world for 3 years. As a result, I've kept in touch with some of them, and they have kept in touch with me sometimes over these past 35 years. They knew in advance. Alex, folks, I plead with you, everybody out in this audience today, I beg of you, please listen and believe every word Alex Jones is saying. He has tried to tell you for years that there is a group of elite, and let me say as emphatically as I humanly possibly can, there positively is a group of people on the face of this earth who control the world, and they knew a year to 2 years ago everything that's taking place in the financial world right now. They knew they were going to take the price of crude oil from $147 a barrel to $50 a barrel. It was all planned in advance. This is not something that just happened out of a clear blue sky. I don't know whether George Soros knew it back then or not, but I know that 7 months ago I was told it by one of these individuals who knows everything that goes on behind closed doors. So let me show you exactly what has happened in the past 7 days, 7 to 9 days maybe. Okay, first of all, Dubai. Last weekend, and George Soros just mentioned that. I'm so glad you played that, Alex. Thank you. Last weekend, Dubai, of all things, one of the OPEC oil-producing countries of the world, building that beautiful 5-star city, Dubai borrowed last weekend $10 billion on 5-year unsecured bonds. And they say that within another week's time, they're going to have to borrow another $10 billion. They have canceled their concrete contract with an American company that was supplying the concrete for that beautiful 5-star city, and sitting on the airport parking lot in Dubai City today are approximately 3,000 abandoned automobiles. Why? You see, in Dubai, if you don't make your automobile payment, oh, yes, they did. These workers went from around the world to Dubai to make their fortune, building that beautiful 5-star city that there's never been anything like it on the face of the earth. They bought Mercedes, they bought Rolls Royces. But in Dubai, if you don't make your automobile payment or your house payment, they don't just come and get the automobile or the house. They come and get you. And these people lost their jobs. Dubai has closed down. It has ground to a halt. the skyscraper's not being built. The concrete's not being delivered. They don't have any more money. They're out. They've had to borrow. All because they've lost 75% of their income